We are live. Welcome back to the show, to the talk for the show. We are here live with Brian Ackerman, right?
That's right.
All right. From Audio Imports.
Yes.
So, welcome to the talk. I'm super happy to be hanging out with you this evening. So I'm looking forward to seeing you in person are you ready for this? 9 days.
9. Wow. That means I got to start packing.
Yeah, I think you're gonna get there in 8 days, I think, right? Because you're gonna get there Thursday
uh, Thursday or even before that, so I
or
can
even
set
before
up.
that, yeah. So I hope you already have some bags like kind of ready to get filled up,
I'm
right?
I'm I'm thinking about it. I haven't done it yet.
That's how I do it too. I'm like, well, I think I know what I want to put in the bags, and then it all happens like within seconds of me needing to go.
Yeah, I like to just wait to the last minute and then just nail it, all at once.
Yep, yep. So, I've heard that you've been to quite a few quite a few of the show. Do you know the
Yeah.
exact number of times you've been to the show?
Well, I've done it. I did it in Vegas long, long time ago
Okay.
when you guys were at the Central Pay. And then I did it in Newport, near the airport there, or there's two hotels next to each other. I did it there for several years, and then I did it in Long Beach, a couple years in Long Beach, and then and now Costa Mesa. So yeah, I've been almost at every show you guys have ever done, except when you first started in Vegas. I did this. I was doing the CES show.
Mm.
And then you guys pulled me away from that one year, and I did your show.
Ah, we won out one
Yeah,
year. I like that. I like that.
yeah.
Well, I don't think I introduced myself. So, I am Maritte Green, and I am an ambassador for the show. And
Okay.
so, one thing I'm really looking forward to this year at the show is the Women's Lounge. But
Hmm.
Brian, what's something that you're looking forward to this year at the show?
Lots of buyers. No, I like to do the shows, just so I can show off, some of my gear and have fun and listen to music, and let people hear the kind of products that we import. And it's fun to just be around a lot of just love music.
Yeah, I agree. Being around people who are like-minded is fun. Like getting to talk about things that we don't get to talk about every day in our everyday lives is it's pretty cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean,
so
it's a
you
lot of work.
said,
It's a lot of work to do the show, but it's.
oh yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, yeah.
Yeah,
My
it's
goal
it's a
is that
lot.
you
It's a lot of work, but
talk.
it's fun though. It's fun. Yeah.
Yeah. But you said that you have a lot of different people that you're going to get to talk to. And so
Hmm.
I was I'm myself, I'm Marit, and I'm a little bit less versed in the vocabulary of everything. So I was doing my research, getting ready to interview you, and I went to your website. Oh, wait, what is your website? Do you know it?
A audioimports.com.
Very nice. Good. Awesome. So everybody can find
Yep.
you there at audioimports.com.
Yep.
But I went into that website and I was a little overwhelmed because you sell a lot of bit of everything. I wouldn't say a little bit of everything, but it's not a little bit of anything.
Mhm.
You've got it all. And I noticed that it says that you're a distributor. So if I were a consumer and I were going to your website, would I buy directly from you, or would I be buying from a dealer that you sold to?
Well, generally, I mean, people are welcome to call me and talk to me about all the products that I do. Generally, we try to sell through dealers, and you know, uh, we have dealers pretty much all over the U.S., and I even do some exporting of our cable products to other countries, so we do that as well. Yeah.
So what's the difference between a dealer and a distributor?
Well, some distributors are also dealers, but normally distributors imports products and then they market it and get product reviews and such, and then they set up a dealer base to sell it. Just
Okay.
they set up dealers. Uh, some dealers work from their home. They have home studios. Some have storefronts.
Hmm.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
yeah,
You also have a lot of videos on your website for like system setup and things like that. I thought that was pretty cool. So,
yeah. We did a series of videos some time ago with like we're just talking about the product and showing the inside and how it's made and describing some of the technology and stuff. Yeah, we've done that. We probably need to do some new ones, but we've got quite a few up there. Yeah.
maybe you could do one at the show. You could take us through what you bring.
Well, yeah, actually a lot of the reviewers are doing that now. They're coming in and doing videos for their wherever, their base of people they want to show it to, or even from other countries that come in and they do videos. The magazines are actually starting to do that now.
Oh yeah.
So it's yeah. I know the Absolute Sound is doing videos now, which is great because
Mm-hmm.
pictures are great and nice to talk about what you heard at the show, but a video kind of people like watching videos.
Yeah.
It's but you don't want to make them too long. It should be just 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Otherwise you won't want to watch the whole thing.
Our attention spans
Yeah.
aren't that long. So
Well, unless you're really good at keeping people engaged.
that's true.
Yeah.
I am a teacher. My job is to keep kids engaged in something they don't want to listen to for 50 minutes. So
Oh
I got
wow.
some methods.
That's good. That's a talent there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It that I can totally understand the videos needing to be short though. It totally makes sense. So let's talk a
Yeah.
little bit more about the show this year. So let me start with, if you haven't gotten your tickets yet, don't forget the show is this June 7, 8, and 9 at the Hilton, Orange County, Costa Mesa. And you can enter the code Ambassador5 for a $5 discount. So if you haven't gotten your tickets yet, get them today from the website, and we'll give you that discount. But Brian, what are you bringing to the show this year? I heard you got a big room. You're going to be an Emerald 1. So,
Yeah, it's a big room. I think it's like 27 by 36 roughly. Um, Actually, for shows, I used to bring like huge systems, 1,000-pound speakers and giant amps, and I used to do all that. But I find that you know it's not really necessary to bring that level of stuff to a show. I think if you can bring a more simpler system and impress people with that, to me that's better in a lot of ways. Because not everybody can afford to invest in something that's $1 million, right? So I bring good stuff, but I don't like to bring like my flagship stuff anymore.
mm,
If they want to hear that, I have a showroom that they can come to and hear that whenever they want. I'm in Southern California, and so what I do is I bring like a scaled down version of my best gear, and it usually works out great. And it's easier to set it up and easier to get it to perform at a
mhm,
show. Because you only got like what a half a day or a day to set everything up. So if you bring a giant system, it's a lot harder to get that set up in a day.
yeah.
You know, yeah.
And if you bring speakers that are too big, is it hard to make them sound good in the room?
It's harder to get a bigger speaker to sound good at a show, yeah, because it's going to excite the room more. So you have to bring in more room treatment, and it's a lot more effort. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I don't bring small speakers, but I bring like in between, like medium size. Yeah.
So are you going to make us wait till we actually get there to see what you're bringing, or have you decided what you're bringing this year?
Well, I'm bringing. I'll have a data sheet with the whole system on it. If you want, I can send that to you. But yeah, I'm bringing Wilson Benish speakers. They're called Act 1. I'm sorry, Act 3Z. The Z stands for zero. Um, and that's like a medium-sized floor standard. That's the speakers from England. And I'm bringing Ypsilon Electronics. That's the line that I import from Greece. I'm bringing their integrated amp, which is their silver transformer version. So it has their best transformer technology in there. And I'll bring their D to A converter as well, called the DAC 1000. And all my cables, I have my own cable line called Stage 3. It's I've been working with them for about 25 years, and they make all handmade cables. They're made here in the U.S. and they do very unique things with them. Like they use a vacuum dielectric, which means that they take all the air out of the cable, and they have special housings and connectors that they make themselves. They make them out of their own molds. And this is very unique in the industry. Most people use off-the-shelf connectors, and we make our own. And we only use silver conductors. We also use palladium as a coating for the cable, for the connectors. So there's a lot of unique things that we do. And then I also export this product as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we have like 10 countries we sell to. And then the rack will be the Wilson Benish makes the rack as well, the speaker company. So we'll be using their rack. And I have a power distributor from a company in Germany called H.E Cable Design. They make cables too, but we mostly import their power distributors. And they're all handmade. They're beautiful, all made out of solid marble.
Oh.
And yeah, and they have other models that are made out of acrylic. But they do some special things inside, and there's no filtering inside. It's all passive, meaning there's no capacitors or anything in there. So you get a very low noise floor, but it delivers all the current without restriction because there's no filtering. Yeah. So without going into too much detail, that's about it.
Hey, that's awesome. We have a couple of things in the chat I do want to mention. So I do want to say hi to the people who've said hi. So we've got Oz and Emiko and Larry. But Larry wanted to know, so you mentioned some of the speakers you're bringing and the rack and some other things, but since you're not bringing a giant system, are we going to be listening to a digital source, or are we going to be spinning some vinyl, or what sources are we going to use?
Yeah, so the source I'm using it's a music server, and it's called Pink Fawn. And there's probably not a lot of people in the US that have heard about it yet, but it's a brand from the Netherlands, and this is all they make. They don't make anything else. They just make a music server, and it's an amazing product. And it's anyway, I'll be streaming with Qobuz streaming service. I'll have some files on hard drive too, but mainly we're going to stream. And so we have access to millions of songs, so people can request what they want to hear. We like to do that. We like to let people play what they like. instead of us just playing what we like. Well, I want to hear new music as well. So, but yeah, anyway, it's a really wonderful product, and we'll be using that with the Ypsilon DAC for the front end. Yeah. No analog this year, just digital.
Okay.
Yeah.
There will be some disappointed people, but I think that
Yeah.
they will definitely be able to um, enjoy that new technology. Sounds really cool. I'm looking forward.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing that myself. So we
Well,
got a
I mean,
couple more.
I've done a lot of shows with turntables over the years, and digital has gotten so good, and it's so easy to use. But no, I mean, I don't get me wrong. I love analog. I still think it's the best. But for a show, it's just it's nice to be able to play what people like to hear. And when you do digital, especially if you could stream, you have access to pretty much every kind of music you can think of. So it works good for shows.
Yeah, I always
Yeah.
confuse people when I choose something because they've never heard of whatever it is that I'm looking to listen to. So it's
Hmm.
always fun. Um,
Yeah.
so we
So you have
have
more questions?
we've got some more questions in the chat.
Okay.
So Larry, I'm not sure. I don't think this is a question. I'll just read what it says. Larry says, I heard DAC. So guess the streamer or CD. Oh, so he says you're okay. Think he was just answering his own question with that. But Emiko says that you always have some cool lighting in your room. So are you going to have some
Oh yeah.
cool lighting?
Absolutely. I always do that. Yeah. Yeah, I have some lighting techniques that I like to use to set the atmosphere, set the mood. Actually, I think the lighting is really important. A lot of times, you go to shows and it's just the lighting in the ceiling. Most of the time, I turn that off and I use my own lighting. Yeah, yeah, because it's lighting can definitely make a big difference. It's weird. The sound can even sound better with proper lighting. I know this sounds strange, but like even at home, I have custom lighting here.
Oh yeah.
And when I'm listening with the lights just bright white, and then I change the colors and the tones, uh, it just makes you want to relax more. And for some reason, I get more of a emotional connection to the music when the lighting is better. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah, like mood
I think
lighting.
that's really important.
Yeah.
I think the feeling of your room when we walk in is definitely something. I think that's what people will remember first before they
Hmm.
even hear anything. So when they walk in and
Right.
your room feels good, they're going to want to walk in and sit down and listen. And I think that you've
No,
got
that's
a
it.
really good idea.
No, you nailed it. That's exactly right. When when your eye, you notice things with your eyes first. I mean, sure, if you hear the music coming out into the hallway and it sounds good, you're gonna walk in. But your eyes pick up on things. That's your first sense, right? You pick it up with your eyes. And so if everything looks nice in there, you want to go in. So yeah, that's true. Very true.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
all have, every room has its own thing that it needs. I think yours is definitely going to be one that we get to just have a good feeling when we walk in, and I like that. It reminds me of Emiko was talking to me about like us different ambassadors and the different roles that we play in the at the show, and so it's fun to think of us as having different roles, but also getting to see your rooms having different feelings and different tones as
Mm.
we walk in. So that'll
Yeah.
be really
Yeah.
neat. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you said that back when we were in Vegas before where we used to be,
Hmm.
you had been there. Now you cannot tell us where it is because we are all sworn to secrecy. But I heard that you got the tour of the new venue that we're going to use in Vegas. Are you excited about that new place?
Yeah, absolutely. You got a bug there, huh?
There
Um,
is a bug. Yes, it's flying around my head.
oh yeah, yeah. No, I was impressed with what they found there, and the venue. It's very cool and unique. I think it's going to be great, and yeah, I'm excited to do that. And I'm glad that they did it not during CES, so that people can afford the hotel rooms. Because gosh, during CES the rooms are like, you know, you got to stay at the Holiday Inn, and it's still $300 a night.
Yeah.
If you want to stay at Caesar's Palace, it's like 800 a night. So no, it's good. It's good that they plan it that way. Yeah.
Yeah. And people can just extend their time, and it'll be cool. So we've
Right. If
got
they're if they're already there for the show for CS, then they can stay and check out our show. Yeah.
yeah. I
Yeah.
think that's the plan. That's the hope that people will do that. And so
Hmm.
I'm excited that you're going to be there also. So that
Right.
should be fun. Um so um you carry some ultra high end lines like um I don't know what that like Wilson
Wilson Benish.
Benish and others like that. And um some of those crazy systems can get into the six figures. And you were talking about how you're bringing a smaller system um, in to the show this year. So, what advice do you have for those of us who are starting our hi-fi journey, or just can't afford the six figures for something in the audio world?
Well, I mean, you have to find you have to find a dealer you can trust, um, and kind of work with them. And I mean, the show that we're doing is mostly higher end stuff. I mean, you're going to
Hmm.
find most of it there. It's like maybe the cheapest system is 100,000. I don't think there'll be too many systems under that. I mean, by the time you add it all up, right? You got
Yeah.
your speakers, your amps, your front end, your rack, your cables, your room treatment. If you use room treatment, I mean, by the time you add it all up, you really can't do much for less. I mean, I guess you could do something for, you know, 50 to 75,000, but if you're looking in that range, you're not really looking in high-end audio, you know.
Hmm.
So even the smaller system that I'm doing is still going to be a couple 100,000. It's not going
Hmm.
to be you know much less. And I think people are, they know, they expect that, when they're looking at high end, they know. I mean, if you go to look at high end cars, you're looking at 150,000 plus cars. Same thing, right? Um, I mean, a lot of people come and they obviously uh, can't afford to buy a system like that. So maybe they start out with, you know, what we call mid-fi, you know, um, and that's fine. You can get a good mid-fi system for probably, 30, 40, 50,000, whatever. And then you can move up from there, and upgrade later. So yeah, but I think you're going to see most of the systems that are at the show are going to be upward of 100, I would guess. And
So,
there'll
what do
probably be,
you think? Oh, go
huh?
ahead.
No, that's all. Go ahead.
So if I had a mid-fi system, do you have
Mhm.
one piece of equipment that I would start with, or do you think I should wait and invest, like wait until I had more money to invest and just upgrade a bunch of things at the same time? What do you think would be good advice?
No, no, you want to enjoy music. You want to, you know, I mean, I started out, you know, many, many years ago. I had like, Nakamichi receiver, that I paid $3,000 for, and a pair of Polk Audio speakers or something of that level. I know you don't know these brands, but I had maybe 10, $15,000 worth of gear back then, and I was happy. I could play loud music in my house, and I was happy. Um, but then as you get more, your air gets more tuned and you start making more money and you want to upgrade, then yeah, there's a huge upgrade path you can follow. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, but no, I mean, if you really like music, obviously everybody likes music, but if you really want a good system, there's always places you can start. You can get a receiver. You can start there. There's a lot of good receivers out there. They're pretty good. Or you could get like an integrated amp, um, and a CD player, or a streamer or they even make all-in-one units you can buy. Um, so, but I always recommend, don't put all your money into one thing and then cheap out on something else.
Mm.
Like, if you buy a really good amp, let's say, and then, you want to make sure you get a speaker that matches well, and then don't cheap out on the cabling because that's important. You have to kind of balance the system out evenly.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. I've been to quite a few of the show, so I've gotten to definitely tune my ear quite a bit. Um, so it's fun to get to listen to all of the different systems and do all of those things. And I do tend to listen to the digital media. Um, and you're bringing digital media this year, but is there something that you recommend in terms of either digital media or one of your favorite products for either digital media or analog like stream? No, you can't stream on,
Well,
the
yeah, yeah. So we have I mean, with a music server, you have a hard drive usually inside, so you can store music files in there, and play from those files. Or you can just connect it to the internet and you can stream all the music. That way you have access to a huge library. So that's what we're going to be doing at the show. We're going to
I like
stream.
I like that the hard drive, the digital media system that you're bringing. It sounds really interesting to me. I
Hmm.
look forward to hearing the different things. So you have already on that hard drive, you have some of your favorites already loaded on it. I'm sure it holds quite a bit, right?
Um, yeah, I have some music on there, but like I said, we're going to mainly do streaming because that way we can play, whatever everybody wants to hear,
Hmm.
you know. And as long as you got a good internet connection, that's all you need. Yeah.
I've heard we have a good internet connection, but you never know. I mean, sometimes we have just everything goes down. So I'm glad you have. It sounds like that would be a good if just in case thing, but I don't
Hmm.
think you're gonna need it.
Well, no, I'll bring a hard drive with music. I have 10 terabytes of music on there. So that's about, gosh, I think I have about 130,000 songs on there.
Wow.
So yeah, if the internet goes down, yeah, we have that. We can always use. Yeah,
Whenever
yeah.
somebody tells me they have 100 and something thousand songs or however many they do, I'm a math teacher. So the first thing I do is I do the math to figure out how many hours of music, how long it would take to listen to all of it. And my brain just explodes.
No, you'd never in your life. If we never even listen to all that music. It's
It's
just there.
amazing though that we know so many songs because if you think about
Hmm.
how long it takes to listen to a song, it's
Right.
pretty fun.
Well, there's probably, I don't know how many songs are in the world, probably tens of millions of them. But um, that's the beauty of streaming too, because you have access to all those, or most of them, And with a hard drive, you're limited to, how many songs you can put on there. But yeah, like you said, generally you listen to the same couple hundred songs all the time,
Hmm.
you know. But if you get bored with that, that's what streaming's great. You can just find new music all the time. You can find new music, you know,
Yeah.
and then and get introduced to new stuff. That's what I like, you know. I mean, sure, I love my favorites, but it's great to be able to get introduced to new music all the time. That makes it more fun. I think.
Oh yeah, I
You know?
like it. I like it too. That's kind of the fun of the show is walking in and saying, "Oh, I've never heard this before." So
Yeah. Yeah, I hear that all the time in my room. People say, "What is this? This is great," and they want to, so I just hand them the iPad and say, "Hey, pick out what you want." Yeah,
nice.
that's good.
I've heard some people keep Shazam in their pocket so they can
Yeah,
figure out what they're listening to.
yeah, that's true. They can just Shazam it. Yeah, it works.
Well, we're starting to wind down. I just wanted to see if anybody else had any questions from in the chat. So I'll open that up. Say, hey guys, make sure you add your question to the chat if you have any. Are there any things that we haven't talked about so far in this interview that you just wanted to bring up that I didn't bring up?
No, not really. I mean, I've probably done over 200 of these shows, uh, and uh, and I've done them in other countries too. And so it's just kind of like, oh, I got a show, okay, so I just do it. I don't think about it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it's fun because I see a lot of the same people at shows too. You see the people that always go to all the shows, and then it's great to see them bring their friends and their family, and get everybody to come out and enjoy it. You know, I mean, where else can you go and hear all this great gear in one place, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So
absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to see all of the different types of people there too. I don't know, I've only been to the show. I've never been to any other shows out there. So I don't know if
Mhm.
the clientele is different everywhere else, but that's one of the things that I really like is that I get to see all sorts of different types of people. Um,
Mhm.
so this year we're going to
Yeah.
have the women's lounge, the society room. No, it's not the site. It's the club lounge. We're
Mhm.
going to have all sorts of different places where people can hang out and enjoy each other and the hi-fi. So the lifestyle lounge sounds pretty cool. Thank you, Larry, for reminding me of that one. Lots of big events and things to do. So I'm looking forward to seeing everyone this June 7, 8, and 9 at the Hilton, Orange County, Costa Mesa. And Brian, it's been so nice talking to you, and
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to actually meeting you face to face.
Yeah.
And
I'll see you there. What, Thursday or Friday? I guess.
yeah, I'll be there Thursday. So yeah.
Okay. During setup day,
All right.
you
Well,
can help. You can help me unload the truck.
I'll have my husband
Okay.
do that.
Just kidding. All right then. Thanks again, and we'll see you soon at the show.
All right. Well, thank you so
All right.
much. Have a wonderful evening.
You too. Okay. Thanks. Bye bye.
Bye bye.